Harihi Om Ganganapataye Namaha Om Gurubhyo Namaha Om Aim Saraswati Namaha. The soul's distress is the result of sensual pleasures. Felicity of the soul is the result of suffering of the flesh. Gurudev explains, as long as a man is in good health, he enjoys all kinds of sensual pleasures. But his mind is turned away from God and he cannot attend to the welfare of his soul. But when he is faced with suffering of one kind or the other, he starts to think of God, who is the essence of his soul. In this life, nothing worthwhile can be achieved without a corresponding amount of pain and suffering. No enduring ideal can be attained without toil and sweat. Any seeker will have to go through various ordeals sooner or later. The path to perfection demands rigorous austerity and heroic endurance at one time or the other. For it is only by filling ourselves with the sattva or purity that we can subdue the enemies for mental peace. This has been the common experience of all earnest souls who, fired by the ideal of self-realization, turn their back on the world of vanity and folly. The link between man and God is forged in the furnace of trial and adversity. It is the lower gunas or the mental qualities of rajas and tamas, desire and restlessness, ignorance and inertia that must be overcome by making one's entire life shaktik, pure. Only by filling ourselves with sattva or purity can we subdue these enemies to mental peace. And without mental peace, there can be no real contemplation. If we make a study of the spiritual history of the lives of great saints and mystics of the East and the West, we will find that meditation is the common factor for the attainment of perfection. All the great scriptures of the world point to lust, anger and greed as veritable foes of the spiritual seeker. Desire thwarted becomes transformed into anger. Anger is a vikara of passion itself. It plays untold havoc upon the body, nervous system, mind and the very spiritual fabric of the higher self, and making quietness of mind impossible. Therefore, lust, anger and greed have to be eliminated from the mind because they are the great obstacles to meditation. And the process of their elimination inevitably causes suffering to the body and mind, whose insatiable cravings are those thus denied fulfillment. But what suffering is this compared to the suffering of the poor who are living in the street? We have everything, proper clothing, food and shelter. Hari Om Tat Sat. उठ जाग मुसाफिर भोर भई, अब रैन कहाँ जो सोबत है। जो सोबत है सो खोवत है, जो जागत है सोई पावत है। उठ जाग मुसाफिर भोर भई, अब रैन कहाँ जो सोबत है। टुक नींद से अखियां खोल जरा और अपने प्रभु में ध्यान लगा। यह प्रीत कारण की रीत नहीं, रब जागत है तो सोवत है। यह प्रीत कारण रीत नहीं, रब जागत है तो सोवत है। उठ जाग मुसाफिर भोर भई, अब रैन कहाँ जो सोवत है। जो कल करना सो आज कर ले, जो कल करना सो आज कर ले। जो आज करे सो अभी कर ले, जब चिड़िया ने चुग खेत लिया, फिर पश्चाते क्या होवत है। उठ जाग मुसाफिर भोर भई, अब रैन कहाँ जो सोवत है। जो सोवत है सो खोवत है, जो जागत है सोई पावत है। नादान भुगत अपनी करनी, नादान भुगत अपनी करनी, ऐ पापी पाप में चैन कहाँ। जब पाप की गठरी शीश धरी, अब शीश पकड़ क्यों रोवत है। उठ जाग मुसाफिर भोर भई, अब रैन कहाँ जो सोवत है। उठ जाग मुसाफिर भोर भई, अब रैन कहाँ जो सोवत है। जो सोवत है सो खोवत है, जो जागत है सोई पावत है। बोल सच्चिदानंद भगवान की जय, भक्त वत्सल भगवान की जय। श्री हरि शरणम।